First day, new life. Hello, my dear students. Welcome back. I hope you all are doing great and feeling excited to learn English with me today. High school is like its own world, with its own rules. It has clear social groups. My high school was in a big city. It was a very large building with many students. Most of us knew the city ways well. We all tried to fit in with our friends. It felt very important to be accepted. We truly wanted to belong. Our school was always noisy and full of busy activity. Halls were crowded between classes each day. In the cafeteria, different groups always sat at their usual tables. There were athletes, the smart kids, and the popular ones. If you were new or different, it was easy to feel quite lost. Sometimes being different was seen as bad. This happened one year. One Monday, a new boy came to our class. His teacher introduced him. His name was David. He looked very quiet and seemed a little scared. He was not like us city kids at all. His clothes were very simple and looked old-fashioned. His hair was cut short. He carried an old, worn backpack. He looked around with nervous eyes. Quickly, some students started to whisper about him. They would look at David, then turn to their friends and smile. It was not a kind or welcoming smile. David said absolutely nothing. He found an empty desk at the very back. He sat down and kept his head low. He looked at no one. He tried to seem small and unseen. The mocking was quiet at first. It began with just looks and soft, unkind whispers. But soon it became much more open. Some students made comments about his old shoes. They laughed at his simple bag and his quiet way of speaking. He came from a small village, far from the city. He was different. This difference made him an easy target. I watched David during those first few difficult weeks. He always ate his lunch alone, sitting under a tree. He never spoke in class unless asked. He walked fast through the busy halls, always by himself. He looked very lonely, like he had no friends there. No one ever asked him to join them. He was a true outsider. I did not join the students who made fun of him. I never said any mean things to David, but I also did not help him back then. I was just a quiet observer in the class. I simply watched what happened each day. Seeing him so alone and sad made me feel uneasy. I really felt sad for him. I wondered about his life. Days turned into weeks, and things did not change for David. The same students continued to make fun of him. He continued to be alone. I saw him every day, sitting by himself. The sadness in his eyes started to bother me more. It did not feel right. I thought about what my parents always told me. They said to be kind to everyone, always. One afternoon during our lunch break, it was worse. A group of boys took David's old backpack. They started throwing it to each other, laughing loudly. David just stood there, looking helpless. His face was red, but he did not cry. He looked like he wanted the ground to open up. That moment, I knew I had to do something. I could not just watch anymore. The next day, I felt nervous, but I made a plan. At lunchtime, I saw David go to his usual spot. He sat under the big tree at the edge of the school field. I took my lunch and walked towards him. My heart was beating fast. I was a little worried what other students might say, but I knew it was the right thing to do. I had to try. I reached his tree and said a quiet hello. David looked up, very surprised to see me. His eyes were wide and he did not speak at first. I asked if I could sit with him. He nodded slowly, still looking unsure. I sat down and started to eat my sandwich. For a few minutes, we ate in silence. It was a little awkward, but okay. Then I asked him about his village. At first, he spoke very softly. He told me about the green fields and the quiet river. He talked about his small family and his dog. As he spoke, I saw a small change in him. His voice became a little stronger. He was just a normal boy like me. He was not so different after all. He just missed his home. After that day, I started to sit with David at lunch often. We talked about school, about music, about many things. Some other students looked at us strangely. A few even whispered about me too. But I did not care about them. I found David to be a kind and interesting person. A small friendship started to grow between us too. Slowly, David began to change a little. He did not look down so much anymore. Sometimes I even saw a small smile on his face. He started to answer questions in class. He was still quiet, but not so scared. I felt good when I saw these changes. I was happy I decided to talk to him. It was the best decision. Our friendship grew stronger each day. We started to spend more time together after school, too. Sometimes we walked home together, talking about our day. We found out we liked many of the same things. We both enjoyed reading adventure books and listening to music. It felt good to have a real friend. I felt I could tell David anything. As David became more comfortable, I saw his true self. He was not just a quiet boy from the village. He was actually very smart and had a good sense of humor. He knew a lot about nature and animals. He told me interesting stories about his life in the village. He was also very kind and always ready to help. I enjoyed his company very much. The other students started to notice our friendship. Some of them stopped making fun of David. Maybe they saw that he was a good person. A few even tried to be friendly towards him. But some still kept their distance. They did not understand our friendship. That was okay with us. We did not need everyone to like us. We had each other. I remember one time we had to do a school project together. We decided to build a small model of a village. David knew exactly how to do it. He showed me how to make small houses from sticks and clay. We worked on it every afternoon for a week. We laughed a lot and learned from each other. We got a very good grade for our project, too. Because of our friendship, David's confidence grew a lot. He started to smile more openly at school. He even joined the school's drawing club. His drawings were amazing. He was not the scared, lonely boy anymore. He had a friend, and he felt he belonged. It was wonderful to see him so much happier. He found his place. I learned many things from David, too. He taught me about the simple joys of life. He showed me how to appreciate nature more. He also taught me about being brave. It was brave of him to come to a big city school. It was brave of him to face the mocking. He was strong in his quiet way. Our friendship was good for both of us. Soon David was not just a friend, he became my best friend. It was strange how it happened. He was the boy everyone ignored or made fun of, and I was just a quiet observer. But we found something special in each other. Our unlikely friendship became very important to me. I was so glad I talked to him that day. Our friendship was not a secret in the school. Everyone knew David and I were always together. Some students who were once mean to David started to act differently. Maybe they saw that judging someone too quickly is wrong. Our friendship showed that people from different backgrounds can be good friends. It was a quiet lesson for everyone. We felt proud of our bond. There was a time when I was struggling with a difficult subject. I was very worried about an important exam. David noticed I was stressed. He was very good at that subject. He offered to help me study every day after school. He explained things in a simple way. Thanks to his patience and help, I did well on the exam. He was a true friend. Another time, some boys started to bother David again. They were saying unkind things about his village. This time I did not stay quiet. I stood up and told them to stop. I said David was my friend and they should respect him. The boys were surprised because I was usually quiet, but they stopped their mean talk. David looked at me and smiled. Being friends with David changed how I saw other people. Before, I sometimes judged students by their clothes or their group, but David taught me to look deeper. He showed me that everyone has a story. He taught me the importance of kindness and understanding. I started to see the good in people more. My view of the school world changed. One summer, David invited me to visit his village. I stayed with his family for a whole week. It was a beautiful, quiet place with green fields and clear rivers. I met his family. They were so kind and welcoming. I learned about his life there. It was so different from the city. That trip made our friendship even stronger. We shared many great memories. Some of the students who used to mock David slowly changed. They saw him laughing and talking with me. They saw his amazing drawings in the art club. They realized he was not just the boy from the village. He was David, a talented and kind person. A few even came and said sorry to him. David was kind and forgave them. Our friendship became like a safe island for us. High school could be a difficult place with its pressures, but knowing I had a true friend like David made it easier. And I think knowing he had me helped him too. We supported each other through good times and bad. We knew we could always count on each other. That was a wonderful feeling. The years in high school went by quickly after that. David and I stayed best friends through all of it. We studied together, we ate lunch together, and we explored the city together. We were known as a pair. Where one was, the other was usually nearby. Our friendship was a constant, steady thing. It was something we both cherished. It made our school days much brighter. David was no longer the shy boy from the village. He became a confident and well-liked student. He was respected for his kindness and his amazing art skills. He even helped other new students feel welcome. He never forgot how it felt to be an outsider. He made sure no one else felt that way if he could help it. He became a good friend to many. I often thought about how much David's friendship meant to me. He taught me about courage and the importance of being true to yourself. He showed me that first impressions are not always right. He also taught me that one person can make a big difference. Our friendship was one of the best things about my high school years. It was a very valuable lesson. As we got closer to the end of high school, we started to talk about the future. Would we go to the same college? Would we live in the same city? There were many questions and some worries. The thought of not seeing David every day was a little sad. We knew our paths might be different, but we hoped our friendship would not change. We made a promise to each other. We promised that no matter where life took us, we would always stay friends. We would write letters, we would call, we would visit. Our friendship was too strong to be broken by distance. We believed in that promise with all our hearts. It was a serious promise between best friends. We would keep it. I remember our last big school project together. It was for our history class. We made a presentation about the changes in our city. David drew amazing pictures for it. We worked hard and presented it together. We got the highest grade in the class. It felt good to achieve something together one last time. It was a great memory. On graduation day, we sat next to each other. We felt happy to finish high school. We also felt a little sad that this part of our lives was ending. We looked at each other and smiled. We knew it was not really an end. It was a new beginning for us both, and we knew our friendship would continue. It was a bond for life. After graduation, life did take us on different paths. I went to a college in our city. David moved to another city to study art. It was his big dream, and I was so happy for him. At first, it was strange not seeing him every day. We missed our long talks and shared jokes, but we remembered our promise to each other. We were determined to stay close. We kept our promise very well. In the beginning, we wrote letters to each other every week. This was before everyone had email. Then we started calling each other on the phone. We shared our new experiences, our challenges, and our small victories. During holidays, we always made sure to meet. Sometimes I visited him, sometimes he came back. Those meetings were always special. Many years have passed since our high school days. We are both grown men now. I have my job, and David became a successful artist. He travels the world with his art, but he never forgot his village. He also never forgot our friendship. We both have our own families now, but that bond we formed in high school is still there. It is still very strong. I remember meeting David last year. He was having an art show in my city. I went to see him and his amazing paintings. When we saw each other, it was like no time had passed. We talked for hours just like we used to. We laughed about old memories. We shared our current lives. He was still the same kind, humble David I knew. Our friendship felt timeless. David found great happiness and success. The boy who was once mocked became someone admired. He used his experiences to inspire others. He often helped young artists from small villages. He showed everyone that where you come from does not decide where you can go. His journey was truly amazing. I was always so proud of him. The most important lesson I learned from our story is very simple. It is about kindness and looking beyond the surface. People can surprise you if you give them a chance. A little bit of kindness can change someone's life. It changed David's life, and it changed my life too. My friendship with David made me a better person. David, the quiet boy from the village, became my lifelong friend. He taught me about courage, art, and true friendship. He showed me that differences do not need to divide people. They can make life richer. I am so grateful that I chose to sit with him that day. It was a small act, but it started the best friendship of my life. So subscribe, not for us, but for the version of you who refuses to waste this life. We're here with you every single day. And tomorrow, we're coming back with even more.